So as the presidential campaigns heat up between Trump and Biden, and we draw closer to November for the presidential election, it's my belief right now, after seeing this video I'm going to show you, a vote for Joe Biden is a vote for World War III.
He just came from a session with all NATO allies and Foreign Minister Kuleba, and I think it's safe to say that the support for Ukraine, the determination of every country represented here at NATO remains rock solid. We will do everything that we can, allies will do everything that they can to ensure that Ukraine has what it needs to continue to deal with Russia's ongoing aggression against Ukraine, an aggression that gets worse with every passing day. And we've seen that just in the month of March with thousands of missiles, rockets, projectiles launched at Ukrainians and Ukraine cities and towns, its electricity grid, and that continues. We're also here at NATO to talk about the summit that's upcoming in the summer in Washington, celebrating the 75th anniversary of the alliance. Ukraine will become a member of NATO. Our purpose at the summit is to help build a bridge to that membership and to create a clear pathway for Ukraine moving forward.
We will be looking forward to the outcome, but of course we believe that Ukraine deserves to be a member of NATO and that this should happen sooner rather than later.
As we all know, Ukraine is not currently a member of NATO, but NATO allies with the United States are supplying them with money, with equipment, with anything military related that they need. If they were a NATO ally, other NATO allies, other countries would have no other choice but to join in the war against Russia, meaning put troops on the ground from other countries in support of Ukraine against Putin and Russia. NATO was formed with different nations for that reason. The alliance is founded on the principle of collective defense, meaning that if one NATO ally is attacked, then all NATO allies are attacked. For example, when terrorists attacked the United States on 9/11/01, all NATO allies stood with America as they fought to basically go after bin Laden and stop the terrorists. Okay? So now we have Blinken telling us at a press conference that NATO is going to accept Ukraine as a member this summer at the summit that's going to be held in Washington, D.C. So not only has the United States been funding this war with Russia with money and military equipment, once Ukraine becomes a member of NATO, Joe Biden, if he wins re-election, will put United States servicemen and women on the ground in Ukraine to fight against Russia. And what do you think is going to happen then? All Russian allies are going to get involved to back Putin. And in turn, my friends, we have World War III. So again, a vote for Joe Biden this November is a vote for World War III. There's no other way to put it. We've seen this coming. We've seen the warmongering Biden administration listening to the likes of Hillary Clinton and Barack Obama and Bill Clinton, all warmongering Democrats, pushing Joe Biden to continue to help Ukraine. And now this revelation that, oh yeah, Ukraine is going to become a member of NATO. So any of you out there who have family members, sons, daughters, friends, you name it, in the U.S. Armed Forces right now, if Joe Biden gets reelected, you can almost guarantee that they are going to be deployed in support of Ukraine against Russia, meaning they are going to be on the ground fighting a war against Russia and all of Russia's allies. China, Iran, just to name a couple. Okay? What are we doing here as a country? Allowing these Democrats to continue to stay in office when all they want to do is have wars. We've all heard of the military-industrial complex, where big business becomes bigger and bigger by making military equipment for the United States, for Ukraine, for other NATO allies. This is all about money, my friends. It's all about millionaires and billionaires getting richer, while the authorities, if you will, or the powers that be in Washington, D.C., insist on putting our troops in harm's way against something that we have nothing to do with. Russia is not at war with the United States. For some reason, Putin wants the Soviet Union back. He wants to take all that back. We all know he's a lunatic. But all this is doing now is preparing the U.S. military to go into a fight that they never wanted. They had no desire to go to war with Russia. But with Joe Biden at the helm, that is what's going to happen if Ukraine is allowed to become a member of NATO. So, with that said again, a vote for Biden is a vote for World War III. You vote how you vote. But if you want to see the United States involved in another world war, Joe Biden is the man that's going to do it if he's reelected in November of 2024.